Hi, I'm Tim, welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing one of the most sensational watches of 2017. It's the f.p.journe Vagabondage 3. One of 69 made in platinum. You can see this limited edition jumping second jump hour timepiece on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this f.p.journe Vagabondage 3. Now the watch is quite wearable. First and foremost, any wrist can accommodate this timepiece, as it's 45.2 millimeters from lug to lug, and that is the dominant measurement of the watch. Across the case, it's a highly manageable 37.7 millimeters and slim in spite of the complexity, only 8 millimeters thick with a generously sloped conical flank. Now the timepiece is hefty, all in platinum. It sits flat on the wrist, and I believe down to 13.5 centimeters. You can wear this watch with ease and a handsome proportion. You take a look at the strap and you can see that it's drilled quite close to the case to create an integrated aesthetic. There's hardly any daylight between strap and case. Aesthetically, it satisfies. Ergonomically, too, as there's no constraint. You can pull the strap straight down around the tight curve of a small wrist, and the strap is flat like the watch. Alligator leather, but with a matte finish, folded edges, and a monotone stitch. You can see the watch is equipped with a substantial full deployant clasp. This is not universal on f.p.journe timepieces. It is a deluxe appointment for a flagship watch and a world premiere. And I do mean a world premiere. This is the first continuous jumping seconds timepiece in the world. And it's housed in a form that we first saw in 2005 with the very first of the Vagabondage series. Effectively a caliber left over at the time from f.p.journe's career as a movement engineer for other companies. It was housed in a tonneau that, like this timepiece, was ergonomically outstanding and featured no evidence of the maker's mark or brand on the dial side. Now you can see stylistically not much has changed. There are differential facets to break up the light, as well as differential finish with satin on the top of the case and a high polish in profile, as well as atop the lug hoods. But the focal point is the dial. You can see the characteristic f.p.journe dial side screws present in the twin panels at roughly 10 o'clock and 4 o'clock, but you'll also note that everything that appears to be white and printed is actually hollow on the opposite side of a sapphire that's been lacquer filled. Now you can see the jumping seconds system. Up to a certain point, the watch is a continuous jumping second. When the power reserve, and you can see there's a scale in the upper right hand corner of the dial, when the power reserve falls below approximately 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours, it defaults to a continuous sweep seconds mode to preserve power because it does not have the energy to jump the indication. So I'm going to actually show you what that looks like, because I have another Vagabondage 3 right here. And you can see this one at the end of its power reserve has defaulted to the sweep seconds functionality. Okay, back to our star for this particular episode. You can see the jumping seconds and the jumping hours, and I'll cut to the chase and provide you some instant gratification here. The jumping hours in tandem with continuous seconds, making this a striking watch with a dynamic dial. There is always something going on. It's handsome, it's deep, and it's rich, finished on both sides to a higher standard than that first Vagabondage of the mid-2000s. Now you'll also note that there's a sort of gray coloration to the discs. It's actually a very subtle cross-hatching, such that I do recommend appreciating both sides of this watch underneath a loop. The wheels themselves, featuring the numerals, are highly intricate in their design and execution. Turn the watch over, and now you can see the business end of this timepiece. This is the f.p.journe caliber. You ready for this one? Okay, this is caliber 1514 in 18 karat rose gold. This is a timepiece that features a free-sprung balance architecture and multiple finishes. As you can see, there's a mirrored anglage on the edge of every bridge. This is a higher finishing standard than in historical f.p.journe pieces. So I think it's important to call out the fact that this is not one of the more mechanically finished f.p.journe references. There is a higher standard at play here. Again, just like the clasp, there are subtle cues that this is not an entry-level or mainstream piece. Linear Cote de Genève across the bridges, all in 18 karat rose golds. You can see the base baseplate and the bridge is all in rose gold. There's also a very tight and even perlage across the baseplate, so you have the anglage, you have the Côte de Genève, beautifully striated and aligned, and then you have the engine-turned perlage. You'll also find that all of the screw heads are mirror polished for a high level of optical clarity, and they do actually achieve the poly noir or black polish standard. As you can see, I moved this watch through the light, and the screws alternately turn silver and black. Now, the other thing important to note is that it is a big, relatively slow beating balance, 21,600 vibrations per hour and free sprung, so it has a stately cadence to it, as well as the free sprung architecture, which allows it to take and hold a more precise regulation and withstand bumps, disruptions, and vibrations on the wrist without deviation. Despite the degree of complexity and, again, the manic persona of the dial, it's got a manic manner. It still has an impressive 40 hours of power reserve between windings. Now, only a total of 137 Vagabondage 3 models will be made, so you're going to see 69 in platinum and 68 in rose gold. Nevertheless, though there may be one more of these, this would be my choice for the satisfaction of the platinum heft on the wrist, as well as the clean, cool, and versatile aesthetic of a tonneau case in a white metal. This could be your sports style watch, it could be your dress watch. It's appropriate really for all occasions except those times when you must swim, as 3 ATM water resistant. This one is not aquatic, but what a timepiece. See it and own it on our website.